The following video has been approved by the JD marketing team. The video has been rated JD. The following video may not be suitable for all viewers. G'day mate, welcome to the 12 Games of Christmas with me, Jetty. And today I want to talk about Industries of Titan. Now, Industries of Titan, I actually did a first look at, I guess, back in April. Back in April, I did a first look at video, and I think I did 4 videos total. And I will link them down in the description below or up in the top right-hand corner. Back then, there wasn't a lot of game content to actually sink your teeth into. It was really, really early access, which I understand some games are, some games aren't. But since then, the devs, Brace Yourself Games, have been actually very, very hard at work adding a whole pile of content. And not only that, when they've been adding content, they've been listening to community feedback, which is really, really big for any sort of early access game, especially from a small indie dev company. So first off, let's go look at the roadmap. So the roadmap is something that they update every month, obviously when the new content comes out. We can see this is what they added in December, and this is what they've added already. And this has been only in the last couple of months. There's older stuff in here that was added previously. And as you can see, there's the planned future updates, all these empty tick boxes. As they add things and tick them off, they keep adding things into the future updates list. So it's not like, this is the goal, that's it, when it's done, game is done. They're adding more continuously and also adding more to their future updates list. So there's definitely more content coming. Hence, back in April, I couldn't recommend this game at $30. Now, in December, I can definitely recommend this game at $30 US. It is an Epic exclusive still. It may come to Steam next year. It may not come to Steam next year. If history's taught us anything, just because something's Epic exclusive for a year does not mean it's guaranteed to come out on Steam a year later. It's guaranteed to not come out on Steam for at least a year, but may come out on Steam after that. So there is a affiliate link down in the description if you wish to go buy it on the Epic Store. It does help out the channel. At the same time, it takes money out of Epic's very, very large pockets and gives a little portion of it to JD, which I very much appreciate. Now, Industries of Titan itself, the game, it is a simulation city builder with a bit of strategy thrown in as well. It's sort of a real mix of different genres. And I am going to take you guys through a very, very quick look at this game. Unfortunately, this is the fifth time I've recorded this, because, and this is probably the main reason it hasn't shown up on the channel, the game does not like being recorded. In fact, this has actually been played in windowed mode. I'm recording it on my desktop, and then I've had to cut the video, crop the video afterwards, and hopefully it comes out all right. On top of that, when the game first came out, I was running my 1660 Ti on a 1080 screen, and I just captured the whole desktop and magically it worked. Now I'm on a 1440 screen with my 2060, which is not really happy at trying to push out that many pixels, and consequently I've had to drop a lot of the graphic settings way down and also record it at a smaller resolution, mainly because the game doesn't like being recorded, as I said. So yeah, it's going to be super sampled. It's going to be graphic settings turned down. Now, in saying that, if I'm not recording it, I can turn all the settings all the way up. I can play at 1440p. It looks gorgeous, but I can't record at those settings because I need a certain amount of graphics processing left over to actually do the recordings to do these videos for you guys, obviously. And yes, I'd love a 3080. I dream for 3080, but good luck getting one of those anywhere in the world, let alone in Australia, where they didn't even bother shipping out the Founders Editions because Australia's not important enough. Anyway, we're going to have a quick look at a new game. Now, the fundamentals of the game is, this is where the council lives. The council lives up here. We need to appease the council. The council has sent down previous managers, I guess you'd call us, to settle colonies on Titan, which is a moon of Saturn, and not all of the colonies have gone successfully. Consequently, there are some rebels living on Titan that are going to cause you a little bit of a headache as the game continues. Now, we're just going to go for a standard game. There are multiple factions coming. Not yet, unfortunately. Early access and all that. We're going to go with a low-risk land grant because I just want to jump in and show you sort of the very, very early game. Now, here is when we're going to get the prologue and talk us through the early game. As said, if you want to find out some more details and all that sort of stuff, there is the original video I did include the whole prologue, intro, and all that sort of stuff. In our case, we're just going to jump through this. Yeah. Jump through this, jump down to our colony, and have a quick look-see. Now, a couple of things with the colony. As you can see, we're in a ruined city because, you know, previous colonists didn't always succeed. We have a command area. Command area is going to let us do a quick scan of our ruins around us. Now, a good start actually is every single tile all the way around us having ruins on them. We didn't get that, but you know, so first thing I need to do is I need to scan all these ruins with my little 8 workers that are working their way over from the spaceport and have them have a good look-see through all these ruins and hopefully find us some goodies, because what we can do is we can actually dismantle the ruins for any resources or other things that are laying around. If we go back to our default view, default view. Come on. There we go. This is all the territory we can access to start with. These tiles are all the council deems us worthy of having access to. But once we've scanned all the different... Well, once we've scanned a ruin, we can then salvage it, or in the case of some of them, like this particular one, we can extract the resources. So what I actually want to do is I want to salvage that one for sure, salvage that one for sure. That one I'd like to extract, but we might need to salvage it. The other thing is, and this was one of the new additions, is in here we could change the order we want things done. I want surveys to go down to number 6. Anywhere down here, please. Preferably right at the bottom, because I'm going to have them busy doing that for quite some time, and I really like them to do other things like survey, claim these particular resources. Now, we do have, and this again, a new addition since the game originally came out, we now have these little circles up here that tell us at least what sort of resources are available. We have credits, which we're not going to find in ruins. We have minerals, they let us build things. We have isotopes, they let us upgrade things. We have waste, which is waste. On top of that, we have red artifacts. Red artifacts we find in some buildings, and they let us access... certain things, mainly to do with the council. The council is over here. We can't unlock them till we earn enough money that we can pay them off, because we are going to pay them off. And the council slowly gives you influence. Now, the influence we can use to do things like claim extra territory. I missed that one somehow. So we can use our influence to claim some extra tiles and build out a little bit further. But what I actually want to do is I want to show through... Why am I getting a warning already? Storage full. Oh, okay. What I want to do is I want to show you sort of like the core of the game. So the core of the game is we have this layer here where we can build buildings, all that sort of stuff. But more importantly, inside some buildings, not all buildings, we actually go into the building and then tweak the internals of a building, which gives us that much more depth in the game. So because we're on Titan, we can actually pull... Where are we? We can pull Xiang. I pronounce this right every second video, and obviously this is an odd number, so I can't pronounce it. So it's Zethane. Zethane? I think it is Zethane. We can process Zethane by dragging it out of the air and turning it straight into fuel. So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to go into my headquarters. I want to bring in a fuel fabricator, which is going to directly from the air pull the air into the building and make us some fuel. At the same time, we're going to need some power, so I want to have a generator, which we're going to whack over there, and every single power generation item needs to be hooked up to a relay. Relay is going to move power from building to building to building. Inside a building. To go external, we need to have an industrial outlet, which lets us actually broadcast the power outside the building. So with that out of the way, I do want a storage container. I literally just did this. One goes there, one goes there. Oh, crap. I can't remember. There. I remember it eventually. This one, I wish to filter. I only want you to store minerals in that one, being one of our precious resources. This one, I want to only store isotopes, and then everything else can sort of go wherever it goes. Mainly the trash that we're just going to leave on the floor, the waste, till later. Now, each generator uses 1 fuel and produces 3 power. Each fuel fab produces 2 fuel, it turns out. It used to be 3. So we can get 6 power up and running. On top of that, we're going to have an industrial outlet, so we can broadcast this power outside. And then we're going to get some very, very basics up and running. First off, we're going to get a pylon after I find some more minerals and isotopes. Crap, I'm out of isotopes. You have... Nope. You have 4 isotopes. Salvage. You have 1 isotope. That's a bad choice. I'm looking for one that preferably has... That has a lot. That has a lot. That'll hopefully tie us over for quite some time. Also, the waste is very, very far away. Because as long as there's waste on the ground, we can't build on that tile. So, we're going to pop down an energy pylon. Energy pylon is going to move power from A to B. On top of that, the other thing I'm going to want to get my hands on is a factory. A factory will let us... build inside a building. So it's going to be the same as our headquarters, but it's a separate building that we can add more things into. Ideally, I want to increase my worker population, because only having 8 workers, as you can tell, I've already bumped the game up to game speed 3, is definitely holding us back. So we're going to dump down there. Also on top of that, I haven't earned a single penny. And if I don't have any money, I can't bribe the council to talk to me. So that's also pretty important. So we need to, bribe the council. Same time, I need to find... that's worth claiming for the artifacts. That's worth claiming for the artifacts as well. That's rubbish. I need to find somewhere to put the rubbish, which is going to require another container. We're going to go with a waste receptacle. Actually, how much? I've got some resources. Alright, let's plan ahead. Let's put in another fuel fab, another generator. That goes there, that goes there. I really need to open my tutorial video on the other screen because it's so helpful. It's so helpful for rushing through this early stuff. Okay, I can put a waste receptacle there. And that hopefully gives me enough room. You're producing 3 and 3. You're using 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, so we should be able to get a few more generators there and there. I shouldn't be spending money this early, but you know. Okay, we have a factory. This is still here. Can you guys empty this? Okay, well, we're going to look inside our factory. We're going to look inside our first factory. So our first factory has a certain amount of tiles. What I want to do is I want to bring in some habitation pods. So habitation pods let us have somewhere to put our colonists. Our colonists are like tourists. Tourists that hopefully we can convince to either work for us or work for us. Yes. Yes. Obviously, we're going to need an industrial outlet to bring in power from the outside, because I don't want to have to make power inside this building as well. And also, we're going to need a relay to move power around inside the building. I need more isotopes. Do we know? I have some. Okay. That's full. Of course it is. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of trash to start with. That's one of those. That's one of those. Can I look at generator? I want a generator there. Fuel fab. Let's just put in a waste receptacle. I think that's safe. I think that's safe. I think... No, that one's not safe. I don't think so, at least. Alright. Can we empty this plot, please? 2 waste. 0 waste. Excellent. Okay, this is what I want to show off. I want to put down a second factory right there. Now, our first factory. Our first factory has room for a couple of people. Obviously, I'd like to bring in more. Obviously, I need to actually fly some people down to live inside our habitation pod. So what I need to do is I need to scroll over here to our spaceport. I need to unlock the spaceport by bribing them, because this is how things work on Titan, with 2 artifacts, which will then open this up to me, and then I can call in some spaceships. The only spaceship I have access to currently was that one that had 1 person and a bunch of materials. So I can also fly in materials via the spaceport, but realistically the main thing I want the spaceport for is more people. That is the real resource I want to get my hands on. Let's go into... I also want to be able to store more isotopes and items. Okay, let's go into here. Let's try and finish off fuel fab there. Generator... there and there. I think this is wrong, but you know, it's a good approximation. Yes, let's go with a good approximation. That should supply both those. Yeah, I can't fit a fuel fab here anymore, but it should be okay. Back to max game speed. And they're going to get everything built. I need to put a relay down here so this has industrial outlet. You're not hooked up to power, are you? You shouldn't be. Really? You shouldn't be. But you seem to be. Okay, we're going to put down storage. That's all we're going to get. Okay. We have 2 factories now. Okay. Now, the biggest thing about Industries of Titan is you can see this has a certain amount of room. This has a certain amount of room, but what I can actually do now is I can click this connect button and I can join these 2 factories together to give me a bigger and better factory, which is more efficient for my land. There is a catch. As you join your buildings together and you have, you go from a single building to a double building, it does mean that you lose one big advantage. In Industry of Titan, there is a burrow option. So, as I said, there are rebel camps on the planet that we're going to have to deal with. They're going to come and attack us and do mean things to us. Realistically, that's not great. Now, we can build defenses to hold them off and that sort of stuff, but one of the things that make Industries of Titan very, very different is we can actually burrow our city. So we can bring our whole city underground. Whilst it's underground, it's perfectly safe from attacks. The catch is, double buildings are too big to bring underground. So, something you need to keep in mind. I need resources. You have resources. You have artifacts. I'm taking the artifacts. You have, resources. You have resources. I'm picking up so much trash. You have lots of resources. I'm just looking at these little things, looking at the ones, of course. Alright. That's the next one I'd like. So, if we go into our factory now, it's been upgraded. I can see, everything's spun around, but I have a very, very large factory now. Oh, everything did spin around. It rotated 90 degrees. Well, there you go. Okay, so what I want to do now is I would like to definitely bring in... We can bring in some people to come live in our habitation pod. Our habitation pod is nice. They have somewhere to live now. But that's not all. We want them definitely to be working for us and earning some money for us. So we have 2 options. We can turn them, we can put them in a monetization station. A monetization station generates credits quickly by hiring idle citizens to watch ads. So it costs us 1 energy and it requires 1 employee. It actually means a citizen, so a citizen needs to stand in there and earn us some money. Think of it like, you know, they're paid to watch YouTube without watching YouTube. Their only job is to stand there and consume all the ads. Yes, that's essentially what's going to happen. They're going to stand there and watch all the ads. Our second option is, if I just get these up and built, yeah, this is going to be messed up, is to put them into a conversion capsule. So conversion capsule converts citizens into obedient, low-wage employees who work themselves to the bone. They'll actually work themselves to death, it turns out, which is really, really handy because I like obedient slaves that work forever. So we want to bring in more population. As you can see, these are costing influence with the council to bring down new citizens. And we can store 8 currently. So I'd really like to grab 3 more if I can find one. This is living space of 1. You lie. Oh no, I actually have a living space of 1. But what we can do is, as I said, I can get some of these conversion capsules. Bomb, bomb, bomb. We can place those down. If I have enough minerals, I can put in a relay right there. And yeah, currently they're doing a whole lot of nothing because they have nothing to do, literally. I need to get in some monetization stations and have them watch just a few ads to make just a few dollary dues. I like some money. At the same time, conversion capsules, we're gonna put in some conversion capsules. We're gonna convert across some of our citizens to employees because let's face it, we have a much work to do and not nearly enough workforce. So this is where our artifacts come in. In fact, if we go back out to this view, can I find 3 artifacts? We're going to have that one, please. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump in here and we're going to click this and convert 3 people across, and hopefully they'll wander over here real quick and jump into our They're going to jump into our little machines, and they're going to go in as a citizen and come back as an employee. Now, I'm pretty sure the way this happens is they jump in the machine, we give them a quick electroshock, and then when we're done, we slice out any important organs that were not required by our employees, dump them all over the floor, and this is why they create such waste. But then we have a diligent employee that's definitely been microchipped and shall work for us forever. See? Puked everywhere. You know, removed all the unimportant organs, dumped them on the floor. It's perfectly fine. We need a relay down here, so we can get a monetization station up and running. In fact, I'd love a few of these guys if I had any resources whatsoever. Same time, can we bring in... well, that'll bring in resources. Not that I want resources. Well, I do want resources, but not enough influence. Yeah, it's not worth spending your influence on resources. But on people, definitely. Definitely. So, after that's built, yeah, a citizen is going to come stand in our monetization station and start earning us some money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Citizen working 1 of 1. You lie. There are no citizens working. Can we go close that? Go back to the build menu. Monetization station. Fund there. And I'm out of resources again. Oh, it's our stowing. There you go. What are we looking for? We're looking for... That has a whole pile of minerals. That'll probably solve our problems for a little while. I think the game... Oh, no. There's a citizen. There's a citizen in the employee station. Let's go into photo mode. Zoom in. Yes, they are watching... to me, it looks like a Viacom ad. Yes, they are. They're hired to, like I said, just watch YouTube without watching the YouTube. They're just going to watch the ads constantly and earn us some money. So as you can see, we're making a whole of $3. But, you know, it's something. Something is better than nothing. And we can always put down more monetization stations, more wrong button. More conversion capsules, so on and so forth, to continue to build out our fledgling little empire. On top of that, as I said, I will link up, or I have linked up in the top right hand corner, the original video I did on this, and we'll have another quick look at, right now, we're going to go look at sort of like a mid-game base. Well, a complete early game base with the first attack coming in, and then we'll go look at a mid-game base where this is built properly. This is a giant mess, to be honest. So let's go quickly look at how the mid-game looks with not just a couple of buildings, but like a fledgling little city up and running with some mines, smokestacks, you know, basic logistics, definitely some power that's outside a building. Yeah. So we'll go look at that real quick. So here we are at like 3 hours in. So I call this still like early mid-game. Yeah, I've got a couple of buildings down. So let's go through just, you know, quick recap of where we were compared to where we are now. So I have obviously an energy plant that is a dedicated energy plant. That's 2 energy plants that obviously I've run the connection button across, so they no longer burrow. But at least I have 2 of them put together, providing a whopping great big 72 power, of which all of that's in use. We have our factory here, which is now a level 2, which is still connected. On top of that, I have a dedicated residence over here with a dedicated office, which now means we're bringing a whole $12 in. Our office needs a few more upgrades. On top of that, we have, you know, an energy depot, a fuel silo, fairly self-explanatory. We have a couple of these pylons all linked together. I have a dedicated mine over here growing isotopes, along with a dedicated mine over here growing minerals. And the other new addition I have is a transport hub. So transport hub, which is one of the features that the devs added, which I was really not a fan of, honestly. I really hated it because it had a limited area of influence. They changed the transport hub according to community feedback, and they turn it into much more of a, it'll connect to anything as long as it's connected to a road. So it no longer works, like, originally I think it worked like 10 squares away from where it was built. Now there's a truck, an employee can get in that truck and drive potentially to the other side of the map to go pick up a material and then drive all the way back. Which is, maybe it sounds, when I say it out loud, a bit of a clunky way of doing it, but it really, really works well. On top of that, you can buy extra trucks to put in this to, you know, up the efficiency. So yeah, we have our very, very first attack coming in any second now, and we also have these defensive guns. So what I actually want to do is I want to click on here. I want to click Call to Arms, which will definitely arm all our guns, because prior to that, normally you keep them, you know, shut down, save the power. At the same time, we're going to click the burrow button. So when we click the burrow button, we're going to see that all our roads are going to burrow underground. Any building that we have that's a size 1, like our energy pylons, are going to also burrow underground. Our headquarters, unfortunately, doesn't, it seems. And our gun is going to shoot at the little Freedom K1 rebel ship. Really, you've flown out of range. Cancel. It's back in range. Shoot him. Excellent. Same time, we're going to hit the repair all button because, you know, we can. And yeah, we've burrowed our base underground. So, like, the energy pylons are safe. They're still working, but they're safe from attack. Our roads, any other buildings we had, like our mines, are also safe from attack. Defensive turret. That would help if it was actually turned on. It would be twice efficient then. Disable, no employees. No employees? I have lots of employees. Okay. Alright, doesn't matter. He's out of range anyway. Hey, it works. Draining batteries. Yeah, I know we're draining batteries. So, we can cancel the alarm, which will then change these defensive turrets back to being idle. Same time, we can unburrow. The burrow is a limited time thing. I'm gonna go with, you know, we forgot to pump oxygen through the underground pipes, so obviously that if they stay burrowed for too long, everybody suffocates. But yes, we can now unburrow our base, bring it back above ground, everything goes back to the original efficiency, and at the same time we remain safe from our lovely attack. Now burrowing and unburrowing does cost money, and it also has a timer on it. Now what I want to show, I wanted to look at the factory, so cancel, wrong button. We're going to enter our factory. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of habitation pods, which would help if I actually brought some people in. And a whole pile of monetization stations that are, you know, going to make us just a dollar or two. And then on the second floor, and this is one of the reasons I have 28 employees already, I have a whole pile of conversion capsules, and I definitely have room to build more conversion capsules to convert more of my lovely citizens into employees to get the work done. You know, we've got 16 of them moving around resources and 10 of them cleaning up waste. Waste I didn't cover. We do the smart thing with waste, same as we do in real life. We click the repair all button. We burn it off. So we take it over to a smokestack, which is, you know, 2 single buildings I've joined together for the extra efficiency, and we burn that crap off as fast as we can, which means that our pollution levels are slightly high, and it turns out that if you leave your colonists or your citizens sitting and living too close to the pollution, they tend to die off. But that's okay, because you can just import some more with your influence. Anyway, with that said, let's go look at late game. So here we are, full of lag as the game unpauses and comes up to speed. But here you can see we're at a late game colony. So like I have much lag. I have many of these council monuments to earn council influence as fast as possible. I'm earning 43 per minute, which means I can be fairly ridiculous with what I do, you know, just bring in people left, right, and center. On top of that, I have 175 employees, because why not? I like it when things are done now. Also making 200 energy and 100 odd fuel. I have, you know, expanding out. We found a rebel base down here, which I could choose to do something about it, but I chose not to. We have multiple energy plants, multiple energy depots, many of these pylons move around power. Something I glazed over very, very quickly is you need to build command centers to push your area of influence out, so I can capture, or I can see further. On top of that, I have, yes, this is the one. I have claimed just about every tile you can think of on the map, because I have enough influence that I just don't care anymore. On top of that, we are pollution. No, I don't want pollution. I want zethane. Zethane, we are bringing in zethane from any of these crevices on the map and converting them into fuel. It looks like I thought these were infinite. Turns out they are quite limited in amounts. Yes. Last thing, pollution. Pollution. Turns out trucks and a few other things create pollution, along with whatever the hell that building is. Oh, it's an air purifier. Mines create pollution. Smokestacks definitely create a little bit of pollution. And one of the technologies we grab later in the game is industrial fans to blow the pollution away. So unfortunately, it's blowing over the office where they work and in towards their residential house. And I have a second one here that's in theory blowing it that way. I don't know whether that one's actually working. Also, one of the additions has been an air purifier. Turns out they're not terribly great at purifying the pollution. But they try. Average pollution removed, 0.04. Yeah, I think I need a few of those to make a dent in the pollution that we have around here. But yes, this is my final base, I guess. And at the same time, one of the interesting things that they added quite recently was, and it was always planned to be in the game, was the shipyard. So that's not the button I wanted. It's alright. We're going to launch the ship and then we're going to fly it around for a little bit. So we can now build ships. Now, ships are broken from the looks of that icon. It's disabled and it has no employees. Okay, it's definitely broken. You can go land back in the shipyard. Are you going to land? Maybe not. Maybe not. But I do have a second shipyard over here. So what we can do is we can go in the shipyard and we can physically, same as we did inside a building, we can physically design a spaceship. And the idea of the spaceship is it can pop around our map, defend our map. At the same time, we can use it to, in theory, go on the offensive. Now, I haven't actually played with this too much, but telling you it's here, telling you it's an option, that's probably the really important thing. And as I said, this is quite a recent update, and it's probably going to go through a number of iterations. But if I click launch, the game crashes. We crash the desktop. So with that, that's where I'm going to leave this particular look at Industries of Titan. It is an early access game, so you have been warned there are going to be crashes. But I have to say, look, it's one of those games that I've actually had a lot of fun playing. I have probably clocked up 20 or 30 hours in the game easily already, and I expect I'm going to be clocking up a lot more hours over over 2021 in Industries of Titan. If it was better and easier for me to record, you guys would definitely see more videos for it. But unfortunately, yeah, it's just it's not a game that likes being recorded. But with all that said, this is where I'm going to leave this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed it. Remember, down in the description below, you will have an affiliate link if you choose to grab Industries of Titan, along with my previous quick look through or first thoughts and introductions into Industries of Titan, where there's a lot more gameplay in there if you want to really have a look at the gameplay. But do remember that is when it first came out, 9 months ago. Anyway, all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you guys in the 5th game of Christmas. All right, that's it. I'm out. Bye.